start the recording.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 8:01 on October 22nd, 2020. This is a special meeting of the Lake County Board of County Commissioners for the purpose of awarding a bid for Huck Ice Rink lighting and approving the contract for the Sims mapping project. So we'll start with the bid for Huck lighting project. I had an opportunity to connect with Amber about the bids. I don't feel like I have any questions at this time. Amber did meet with Michael Irwin, the Director of Public Works, and Kevin Weinberger from the Rec Advisory Board to review those bids and come to us with a recommendation. So at this point, I'll hand it over to her to talk through that recommendation for us and what they had come up with after reviewing those bids. So Amber, I'll let you take it away from this point.
Okie dokie. Good morning, everyone. So based on the review done by myself, Kevin, and Michael Irwin, we are recommending to award the bid to Pro Electric. Or sorry, I'm so sorry, Encore Electric, excuse me. We reviewed them all compared to the RFP that was sent out. Pro Electric did not complete all of the components listed in the RFP. So they were non-responsive on, I believe, 4 of the 7 items requested. Most importantly, they did not include foot candle calculations or photometrics in their bid. So we weren't comfortable not being able to look at those light spreads and say what those lighting fixtures would look like at the rink. The other bid that we had from Net Zero was responsive and did include all of the components that we requested. However, we actually felt like they were proposing too much lighting for the facility. They had proposed a total of 8 light fixtures instead of 6. Their photometrics showed some pretty intense spaces of light, which could be great, but we just feel might be a little overwhelming for that space. It was also listed in 2 separate phases. So we would have had to do the first phase and I apologize, I don't have them all pulled up in front of me, for, I believe it was 18,000, and then the second phase for an additional 10,000 at some point down the road, which we didn't have, which would mean additional expenses in equipment rentals and those types of things. So Michael, Kevin, and I had a few follow-up questions that we're waiting to hear back on from Encore Electric, but I don't think that will change our recommendation. So my recommendation to you as a board would be to accept the bid from Encore Electric. And should any responses come back from Encore changing Michael, Kevin, and I's decision, we can loop you in there, but I don't anticipate that.
Amber, can you remind us what the cost for the Encore Electric bid is and the time frame, please?
Yeah, let me open that. It was 19,000 and some change. I don't know the exact number, sorry. Let's see. While that is loading, so we had given them a project deadline of the first week in December based on our typical flooding schedule for the ice rink, which they did feel like they could accommodate. So we are looking at a total of $19,043. And so, and I don't, let's see, doesn't specify a completion date, but I will confirm with Mark that the completion date is within our time frame, which I believe it is.
Amber, did they say anything about, and I realize as a facility, as the rec facility, there's, like you said, I'm happy to hear that we didn't want to go with, too much lighting because we still have to kind of think about the neighborhood around it, right? Are there any like specific downcasting to address dark skies, or are we just going to be sure to, have all of those lights on for hockey, half of them on for free skate? I mean, do you have a plan as to how to kind of address the additional light?
Yeah, so all of the lights that they're proposing have a hood on them. So the light will be directed primarily at the rink and will be dark skies compliant. Paul Clarkson also reviewed this bid for us and looked at the lighting fixture and photometrics and was comfortable with what is being proposed. He said there will be a small amount of spillover to the outside edges of the rink, but that is to be expected and nothing out of the normal. And then all of the lights will be on at the same time because there's only 6 fixtures being proposed. But yes, we would obviously only utilize those for rink operational periods, hockey leagues. We actually don't even use them for curling anymore because curling's on the opposite side of the rink. So hopefully will not be a big impact or a big change for the residents that live in that area.
Yeah, I mean, it's expected, right? The whole kind of recreation campus over there. But just wanted to kind of reiterate that for folks who, I'm sure there'll be questions, but I'm sure there'll be more people that'll be excited about the improvement to the facility. So thank you.
We hope so as well.
What's that?
We're hoping so as well. I'm sure there will be some folks that are annoyed that we're having a slightly brighter light, but from a safety perspective, it's really important. And I think it's just something that kind of comes with living in the neighborhood of that complex. So.
Great. Well, on that note, I'm happy to make a motion.
Mark, do you have any questions for me, or Michael? Did I miss anything?
I don't have any questions at this time. Thank you for going through those and answering any questions that I had this morning after I'd reviewed them. So I don't have any questions. Commissioner Glenn, do you have any questions on those?
I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Amanda, no, I think you got everything. I don't think you missed anything.
Great, thank you.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to award the ice rink lighting bid to Encore Electric in the amount of $19,043, scheduled to be done the first week, by the end of the first week of December.
Second. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion, Commissioner Glenn?
I have nothing.
Okay, Commissioner Mudge, any further discussion?
No, thank you very much.
All right, awesome. So with that, seeing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Awesome. All right, thanks so much, Amber. I really appreciate it. If you want to work on getting that, I don't know that we necessarily need a contract, but if you want to work on that and then let us know what our next steps are, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, I had thought about, and Chris, I see that you're on the line. I'm wondering if we could do that purchase order form that we used for the skating rink project.
Yes, actually, I had just unmuted to suggest that we at least use that so you have something definitive, and also that you have the county's terms attached to it so that the county's interests are better protected.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. I appreciate it. So with that, we'll move on to the next item on our list, which is the contract for Sims mapping. And Chris emailed us a copy of the contract. I briefly reviewed it. Chris, did you want to talk through that contract with us now?
Sure, I'll be glad to just provide a couple brief comments on it. The most important thing I want y'all to know is it does accurately reflect the proposal that was submitted by the National Center for State Courts to do the sim mapping project, including, if you recall from their proposal, the attachment A that's part of the contract is essentially just cut and pasted from that. that describes the work that they're going to do, the scope of the services and such. In addition, they were incredibly flexible about the revisions to the contract. They accepted everything I asked for, which is kind of unusual, but so it has been fully vetted, and there shouldn't be issues with the contract itself. The other thing I will point out about it is you may have noticed from the original proposal, as well as the contract here, attachment B talks about the compensation for the project. And you may recall that I believe the commissioners that y'all budgeted $20,000 towards this. This did come in under that amount at $19,907. One of the things, though, that they had put into their proposal was a, potential ancillary services after this part of the project is done to provide technical assistance in implementing their recommendations that come out. And in case you don't know, I know that Judge Jonathan Seamus is working on a grant application to help cover those costs. And it looks like it's, pretty positive application there. So the hope is, we'll get this done. It's projected to take 3 months to complete. They're ready to go. So my anticipation is once we get the contract executed, the first thing they'll do is a kickoff video conference, if you will, to talk about the logistics and scheduling and all of that kind of stuff. So, my recommendation is for the commissioners to go on and accept this contract. The original that they signed is en route. It should get to me, if not today, tomorrow. And so the hope would be that we get the original and I can deliver that to, either you, Commissioner Marcella, or Commissioner Mudge, whoever it is that's designated to sign off on that, so we can go in and get it finalized and recorded as soon as possible, so that we can kick this off in hopes early November.
Okay. I don't have any questions on the specifics in there. Commissioner Mudge or Commissioner Glenn, do either of you?
I don't. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I have
Exciting.
nothing.
Okay. All right. So with that, I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for the Sims mapping project with, I'm sorry, Chris, can you say the name one more time?
It's
The
the National Center for State Courts.
National Center for State Courts. Thank
Second.
you. All right. Commissioner Glenn, is there any further discussion?
I have nothing.
All right. Commissioner Mudge?
No, I don't
Any-
have anything.
Okay. All right. Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Sounds good. And so that's all that we had this morning to discuss. Commissioner Mudge, Commissioner Glenn, do you have anything else that you need to discuss while we're here? No?
No?
One quick follow-up question. I just wanted to ask
Sure.
who I need to deliver the original to when it's received for signature. Who will be signing off?
Chris, if you want to connect with me, I can sign off on it.
Terrific. Okay, I'll do that as soon as it arrives.
Okay. Sounds great.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day. And we'll adjourn today at 8:15 a.m. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good
Thanks.